Are you someone who has something that you just can't let go of? Maybe it was a betrayal, maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was some kind of misunderstanding where you were unfairly blamed. Is there something that it just comes to mind, you can't let go of it, and you still feel the feelings that come with it? The anger, the resentment, the sadness. Why is that? Why are there some things that we just can't let go of? A big part of the reason is due to the emotional resistance that's created around a situation. So if we go through something that's painful and we're not able to process the emotions, those emotions are going to keep charging that memory so that it just keeps replaying and keeps it alive. So whenever you think of the person or you're triggered to remember the situation, you're still going to feel the feelings that you felt back then. And this can be something that happened to you years or even decades ago. I was talking to a friend of mine and I was explaining how I was really struggling to let go of a relationship that was really important to me. And she said, "Okay, I want you to imagine that I'm holding a pencil. Pencil's light, it's no big deal. It is what it is, right? But what happens when you hold it for a really long time? It starts to get heavy, and then it gets heavier and heavier, and your hand might spasm, and it might cramp up. So what do? You drop it. You let it go." I thought, okay, that's a really good analogy. I mean, I know that when we hold stuff in and we don't process it, it can become heavier and it can become like emotional baggage that'll just continually to weigh us down until we actually let it go. But I asked her, okay, so I get that, but what do you do when it's too hard to let it go? Or maybe you really want to let it go, but there is something that's keeping you gripped and you can't. And she said, "Oh, that's easy. You reach for something else." And for me, that was like a light bulb moment. I thought, oh my goodness, I have been so focused on the inner work, on loosening my grip to try to let go, that I wasn't thinking any further than that. I wasn't thinking about reaching for something that would light up my heart and light up my soul, about reaching for a relationship that would allow me to feel accepted and loved for who I am. So that led me to the R.E.A.C.H process, which is releasing emotional attachments while choosing happiness. So I would love to guide you on a simple process to help you reach and let go. All you're going to need is a piece of paper and a pen. Feel free to pause this video at any time to go ahead and complete the steps as we move through it. So, with your pen, I want you to let this represent that person, that situation that you can't let go of. And on your piece of paper, I want you to write down every single emotion that you felt. When you went through the situation, how did you feel? When you get triggered to think about that situation again, what emotions come up? I can tell you right now, it's going to be more than one or two emotions. There's going to be one or two really strong, intense ones, but there's always many emotions that can come up in situations like these. So go ahead and write down all of the emotions that you feel when you think about this situation. Now, once you have your emotions written down, I want you to take that piece of paper, crumple it up into a ball, and put it down in front of you. And now I want you to think about something that you can reach for. What would bring your heart and soul joy? If you went through a betrayal, maybe you can reach for a relationship where that person lives their values of integrity and honesty. Or let's say you went through something that just tanked your sense of self-worth. You can reach for that version of you that knows their self-worth and can feel it fully. What can you reach for? And once you know what you're reaching for, I want you to think about what emotions would you feel once you have it? Once you have that person you can trust, once you are being that person who has that self-worth, what emotions would you feel? Think of at least 3. It could be love, it could be joy, it could be inner peace, excitement. What would you feel? Now, I want you to take that pen and I want you to take that crumpled up piece of paper with those emotions, okay? So remember, this is what the situation was. This is what was charging it and keeping that memory alive for you and painful for you. And I want you to take both of those and throw them over your shoulder into the past. Pitch them. Great. Now, I'd like you to take both of your hands, palms facing upward in front of you, closing your eyes. I want you to receive that which you're reaching for. Allow it to come in. Envision that you are receiving it with gratitude. And then taking both of your hands, I want you to place them over your heart. And I want you to feel one of the emotions of what it would feel like to have this. Whether it's excitement, love, calm. Feel it as strongly as you can for the next 30 seconds. And should your mind interrupt you, or that feeling starts to dissipate, just bring your focus back to your heart, back to the feeling, and feel it as strongly as you can. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. And then you can open your eyes. How was that? That piece of paper that you toss behind you, you can rip it to shreds, you can throw it away, you can safely burn it. That's letting go of the emotional charge. Whereas with the pen that you used, once you release that emotional charge, the pen is just a pen. It's just a memory. It's not going to impact you. Now, what happens if you're feeling like, okay, I feel a little bit of release, but it's still there. I still can't really let it go. We'll repeat this process. Try it again in a few days. Do it a couple of times if you need to. But if you're still finding that, you know what, I really can't let this go, there's deeper work that has to occur. You may have a story identity that's happening. You may have deeper emotional blockages. You probably have limiting beliefs that need to be cleared. So you need to do the deeper work. And I actually offer one-on-one virtual sessions that can help you do all of that. And I'll leave the link down in the description. So remember, when you are struggling to let go of something, you want to reach. You want to release your emotional attachments while choosing happiness. Because, you know what? You deserve to let go of your past and have your past let go of you. You deserve to receive, to accept, to allow in, to bring in that which is going to bring your heart and your soul joy. I hope you found this video and this exercise helpful. If so, please like and subscribe. I'm Adrienne Almamore. I'm an inner growth guide and energetic clearing specialist from Be From the Heart.